Good evening to everyone. Welcome to the Forza Barca podcast. This is your host Shubham, and I have with me Aniket Mandlekar joining in from Vancouver. Aniket, I think this is your last Sunday in Vancouver. No, then you have to travel once again.
Uh, I hope this is my last Sunday, but no, it's not. The next Sunday is going to be my last one,
Ah,
and
okay.
I would be traveling on 17th or 18th, maybe. Let's see.
Okay, so you have one more weekend to enjoy in Vancouver, and then you're back
Yeah,
to Victoria, no, for
yeah,
like a month.
back
Yeah.
to Victoria.
Perfect. So, again, as you can see, I'm wearing India cricket jersey. So, for all the football fans who don't have any interest in cricket, sorry for a minute, but I need to mention my country here, as India lost to Pakistan in one of the Super Fours in Asia Cup, which is again a continental cup happening in cricket. Aniket, a very, very hard game because we lost on the second last ball, a very heart shattering game for like I don't know more than a billion people who are living in the country.
For sure.
But today we are not talking about that because we have one more go in the Asia Cup, so we are still not out of the Continental Cup, and let's hope that we are back, especially against Pakistan in the final. So have we can have one last revenge. But before talking about that, or let's say we will discuss it in the after this video. Uh, we need to get back to Barca game. What a game! What an important game! It has been yesterday. Sorry, we are recording it today because, of course, Aniket lives in Canada, so we have like a 9 hour time difference, so which makes things really, really hard for us to sit and record together. So a big game for Barca and a big you know win for Barca as Barca visit Sevilla at Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, looking to maintain their unbeaten, away game streak to win their third straight La Liga game this season, and they do it. And how, Aniket? But before discussing and going on to the details of the game, Aniket, talk to me about the lineup selected by Xavi today, or sorry, yesterday, because we are recording it one day after the game.
Yeah. So the lineups for the first time this season, it was pretty clear who is going to be on team, who is going to be on his paper. So it was quite satisfying to just see that we still have Frankie De Jong with us, and we still got some we still had some departures, we had some incomings. It was amazing transfer window for Barcelona, to be honest. Alba is off the list, Serginho Dest went off, Umtiti, then we offloaded Longley as well. There were too many outgoings, and most importantly, there were many incomings as well. Hector Bellerin joined the team, Lewandowski joined the team, uh, Alonso is here,
Marcus
Marcus
Alonso,
Alonso is
yes,
here as
yeah.
well. So a pretty solid
Then
transfer window.
basically we need a complete bonus pod or a
Oh
different
yes,
episode to
yes,
discuss all the incomings and outgoings because we cannot do it in one game because
no,
otherwise anyway our episodes are getting longer and longer, and then it would be like a 2 hour 3 hour Bollywood
yes,
film.
yeah. So let's just do that in one single podcast. Maybe it's a bonus podcast or something like that. We'll record that for you as well, and we'll discuss all the incomings, outgoings, and possibility of the lineups, num- playing 11 basically. So everything would be included in the
All
next
permutations
podcast.
and combinations that Chavi might use.
Yes, yes, all the what do you say, formations as well. So let's
Yes.
see how it goes. But for this game against Sevilla, it was the same lineup which we saw in the last game. Dembele, Lewandowski, Raphinha starting as our attackers, Pedri, Busquets, and Gavi in the midfield, Balde, Eric Garcia, Araujo, and Koundé in the defense line, and solid Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, our goalkeeper for this match. It was a pretty solid lineup. Went well. 4-3-3 again. So happy with the lineups.
Yeah. To start discussing about the game, Aniket, I could use exactly the same sentences I spoke against the Valladolid game. As the first half for Barcelona was like a perfect start because we have been talking about how Xavi is again a reactional manager and how his first halves are a bit boring, or let's say scoring like 0-0 null every time there is a null game. But this half was not that one, and it has been going on for like I guess two matches now. There was a perfect sense of attack, solid defense, and a smooth gameplay. But all of this, did not start coming directly from like right away from the first minute. 20 minutes, Barca were struggling as Sevilla, were top of the game, pounding quite hard. And actually, they had to because they started their game with clear intention of getting some points. Because I think in the first three games of their La Liga, season this year, they have just I think they have like one draw and two losses, so 1 point out of three games. So they desperately wanted to like get some points, especially at home. But Barca were too strong.
Well, Barca were too strong, and to add a little bit to your point, it was the high line which was making trouble for the Savian guys. So maybe it was our defense who was working properly. There were too many offsides in the first 15-20 minutes. Like there was one goal which was ruled out because of offside as well. So it was dangerous. Like to see Sevilla playing that way, it was dangerous ball won by. I could remember one dangerous ball won by Eric Lamela, who was in great 1-2 with Isco outside the Barca box. Lamela collected the ball, but his shot was somehow saved by Ronaldo Araujo. So yes, man, the Barca defense is working. I am not a guy who like to praise Barca defense. I am more of a critic of Barca defense. But this game and the one before this game, Barca's defense has been clicking. Eric Garcia, Araujo, Koundé, these three, man, they created some magic in there.
Yeah, I mean, just to add to your point, we are not praising Barcelona's defense. Actually, this is a defense. Before there was no defense.
There was no defense.
We did not have any defense.
Yeah.
So we have like a proper defense for the first time in, let's say, last 7 years, since I remember Mascherano probably retired. Since then, we haven't had any defense because PK, PK has had his highs and lows, but mostly lows. And as we all know that it's hard to be a Barcelona CB. And then there was like a crop of Umtiti, Longley, Matthew, and Murillo. So we have had our lows in last 6 years. So finally, as you said, this time we have a defense. And Aniket, 20 minutes, as we discussed, like 20 minutes, Sevilla stole the game. But 20th or 21st minute, around that mark, Gavi stole the ball from Lamela in the Barca half, taken by Eric. Securely, he thoughtfully he releases the ball to completely release Dembele on the left wing. Dembele runs to the middle, in the middle of the pitch to leave Lewandowski on the left side. Dembele dribbled the ball until so late that Fernando, who was the Sevilla centre back, he literally, he was convinced that there is no way Dembele is going to pass the ball to Lewandowski. So even he left Lewandowski, who was supposed to be Lewandowski's marker, and Dembele was too good for him. He actually passed a swift pass, the slightest of the through balls that you can see to Lewandowski, who tries a chip ball over the Moroccan goalkeeper Bono. But Fernando finally has his redemption, so he clears the ball, but only to Raphinha, who was just standing outside the goal. He heads the ball in goal. Barcelona 1-0. Easiest tap in Raphinha will get, probably, but he will take it, man. He will take it.
That's a goal, 1-0. But man, it was unfortunate of Lewandowski there. He should have gotten that goal. But anyways, moving forward, once again, Gavi's masterclass. I mean, this guy was insane in this match. He was to be seen everywhere on the pitch, and he was creating magic. He was flowing all throughout the pitch. Once again, in the 30th minute, he passed the ball to Dembele, who was just running freely outside the box. He took a shot, and it was unfortunately the slightest of the misses it could be. The goal line is still 1-0, but Gavi, this young man, was on fire for the whole night. 35th minute, I would say. Ronaldo Araujo who passed it to Koundé. And Koundé, literally, what he did, he saw Lewandowski running towards the goal and he was free. So he just gives him a good loft ball. And what Lewandowski does is he takes that ball on his chest, rotates 180 degrees, shoots the volley, and bam, Barca is leading 2-0 in this game. I mean, what a goal, man. What these guys are doing. First of all, it was Gavi's masterclass. Second of all, it was Koundé. I'm a little bit speechless over here, but I could see a little bit of Dani Alves in this goal. Like, this is what Dani Alves used to do when he used to get the ball from center backs. He just used to cross it over to Messi, and he would create a goal from that shot. So I don't know what that was, but I could see Dani Alves in that goal, and surprisingly and coincidentally, Dani Alves also came from Sevilla, just as Koundé did in mid-season. So, are we going to witness the same era as Dani Alves? I don't know. We have to wait a little bit in time for that. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, this goal actually gave me literal chills as well. It was pure Dani Alves. I don't know how
Yeah.
to say it otherwise.
Yeah.
But 44 minutes, Balde gets the ball now on the left hand side. You know, he was just close to the Sevilla box. He passes it to Pedri in the middle, and I think Pedri was again probably inspired by Koundé, so he tried to replicate that pass. But now this time, Koundé was the recipient of the ball in the Sevilla box, but
Yeah.
he heads it wide. Wow, I mean this was, I mean Koundé was upset more, I think, than, because he
Yeah.
saw that Lewandowski was just besides him and very completely free. So if Koundé had passed the ball to Lewandowski, bam, it was gonna be 3-0. But unfortunately, Barca stay 2-0. Just a minute before like half time. So I think so actually it was 46 minutes. So it was in the extra time.
Yeah.
My
So the
bad.
stoppage time.
So
Yeah, stoppage
yeah,
time.
the stoppage time. So Pedri clears the ball now from Sevilla corner. And then Dembele gets the ball, who again has like completely free run on the counter attack. He just gets released on the left wing. And what we see in that goal when Dembele is taking the run, Dembele is fast. Okay, Dembele. So we know Dembele is fast, probably the fastest in the club. Maybe I don't know. Now Balde might be faster because he's really like quite fast as well. But you could see Lewandowski sprinting his ass off in the ball in this
Mind you,
gameplay.
same speed as Dembele. Same speed as Dembele.
No,
Both were running
probably more.
parallel. Yeah,
Probably
could be.
faster. Probably faster. And but unfortunately, I think Dembele had other plans, so he dribbled, or he faked the shot and turned the ball to the left, and has a chip shot over Bono, but it was way too high, and Lewandowski again completely free just 2 minutes later. Again could have been 3-0, but Barca stayed 2-0. But Barca go to the dressing room, with heads high. 2-0, amazing passing, amazing goal scoring, and not to forget, amazing defense, Aniket.
I just want to add one more thing to what you said. It's like the midfield and the attacking line, they are clicking so well together. Each and everyone know which player is where at what time. So they just have to pass the ball, and there is someone to receive the ball and to shoot it at the goal. I mean, this has been the masterclass of Xavi. I need to praise him here. He really did some magic he really put some magic in their game, in the game of football. But as you said, we went 2-0 up in the halftime. Second half started well for Barcelona. In the 50th minute, Raphinha crosses the ball from the right wing. Again, this guy Koundé, he just heads the ball, gives it to Eric Garcia, who was there just to tap the ball in, and he did not miss it at all, making it Barcelona 3-0 in the 50th minute. It was a fine goal. It was a good goal. But here we need to give all this credit to Raphinha, who, I mean, this guy is boss of crosses, I would say. Like, he crosses the ball slashing all those defenders out and finding the player in the final third in the box, I would say. Perfect pass, perfect head from Koundé, and just an amazing tap in from Eric Garcia as well.
I
So
mean, this goal was more of Raphinha's and Eric Garcia. Raphinha's and Koundé's than Eric Garcia.
exactly, yes,
And Koundé, by the way, rectified his mistake. What he did in the first half, in the later first half, that this
yeah,
time he made it sure that he needs to look for a person who is in a better position than him. Probably
exactly.
Xavi, I don't know, Xavi asked him to come in the corner and gave him a hearing. But I don't know what happened, how he resolved that, but he resolved that, and it's goal, and that's what matters.
I want to mention one thing about Koundé, man. This guy really has a good sense of football. He is a defender, but he could run past the defenders and find himself in a space where no one is marking him. So I don't know how he does that, but each and every time when I saw this guy, he was free. He was there. The first goal which he missed the header, he was there.
Yeah.
What was he doing there is the main question. He should not have been there, but he was there to make sure that someone is there to give the ball to. And the second goal as well, he is a right back. He should not have been there, but he is there making sure
But
that
again,
no one is marking him.
he's Barca's right back.
Exactly
So
my point.
So
So
he can go up. I mean, you can see Eric Garcia standing there, who
yes,
shot the goal. And if you remember, Aniket, there were three people who were standing in one line. It was Koundé, who just headed the ball to Eric Garcia, and just besides Eric Garcia, besides Koundé's head, there was a leg of Araujo, who was trying to shoot the ball inside. And then there was Eric Garcia. So Barca's three defenders were furthest in the Sevilla box. So it's Barcelona's defenders. I don't know what they're doing, as you said, but they are doing their job. I think
yep,
more than their job. Of course,
more than their job. Yes.
more than their jobs. Yeah. But no, I completely agree with your point that Koundé, he tries to lose his markers, because as you said, in the Pedri ball also, he was taking a run and it was a perfect run. He was not offside. So he has a sense of, attack. And even in this Raphinha's cross, he was trying all the time to lose his marker, to go behind, to come
Yep.
ahead. So he, as you said, he has a total sense of football, and I hope that he keeps having his knacks like this, because if he does, I mean, Aniket, as a right back or as a wing back, there are very few clubs, which can give like a perfect platform for these kind of players, and
Yeah.
Barca is one of them. So if Koundé plays like this and keeps playing like this, he is going to have a ball.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I have no doubts about that.
Yeah. But first substitution, 54 minutes, came a bit early, because I think Garcia, I don't remember what kind of injury he was experiencing, but
Just some
maybe it was like
discomfort in
cramp
his
or,
leg. Yeah,
yeah.
a little bit
I
discomfort in his leg.
I hope it's not serious, because I haven't had any reports in last 24 hours. So I think it's not serious. But Garcia goes out to make way for Roberto. So there is a change in the position. Koundé as a right back, now he comes in as a center back to play with Araujo, and Roberto takes his position as a right back. And quick impact for Sergio Roberto, 62 minutes. He has like a run on the right wing, and he lobs the ball, quite in the similar fashion as Koundé, to find Lewandowski again, who dives and touches the ball by his foot. But Bono comes up with a big save. Leva could have had his own hat trick. And remember, first game was Lewandowski's. He
Yeah.
had almost his goal. Second one was his himself. Then he was not given the ball twice. And now this one, he could have had like a 5-goal. Easily a goal of like a FIFA. I don't know. A FIFA is a concept in football. I mean, it's in cricket, but I don't know if it's valid in football. But anywho, maybe we can mint it. So a FIFA, Aniket, for Lewandowski. But
Well,
Barca
I mean,
Barca win 3-0.
yeah, I mean, Lewandowski, man, he was, I don't know how to say this, but he came from Bayern Munich well prepared to just score goals. We could not see him take any amount of time to adjust with Barca, Barca's way of football. It it seems like he has been here since I don't know whenever. I don't
Like a La Masia, huh?
exactly, man. He is there. He is there to score goals. The second goal which he scored, he took it on his chest, turns around, volley, shoot, goal. The one which he headed it was awesome. The first goal which Raphinha scored, it should have been Lewandowski's goal again. I mean, man, this guy is crazy. He's crazy good, and I hope his form continues for many years. And maybe he's too familiar with his new life in Catalunya. I mean,
Yeah.
what
Even
more to
Xavi
say?
was, even Xavi was all praise of Lewandowski after the game and
Yeah,
mentioned like how he's not just a prolific goal scorer as he is, mind you, but his understanding of Barcelona's football is fantastic.
yeah.
And it's there are two different things. There are two different ball games. Barcelona's football is not football. It's something else. There is one step ahead. And players like Thierry Henry can tell you how hard it is. When
Exactly.
even when you are like a world class player, still it's hard to come in this team and to play and to make a difference.
Well,
And
I mean,
Lewandowski,
Suarez,
mind you, yeah, I mean, no, Suarez
he
took
took
like, yeah,
months.
exactly.
He took
Suarez took like
months to
six
adjust
months.
to Barca's gameplay.
Yeah, and
So he's a
Lewandowski,
big legend.
fantastic. Yeah,
Exactly, man.
and
Fantastic game, fantastic player.
yeah, and I mean, as they say, there is education. When it comes to Barcelona, that you practice, you understand, and then how to perceive the game style. So you learn with practice. But majority is ability, and
Yeah.
and with and Lewandowski is as of now, and not just as of now. I mean, in terms of ability and understanding, he's oozing off it. So cheers to him. But Aniket, talking about the game today, cheers to like big cheers to Ter Stegen, because he had like a great game on the trot. Like I think fourth game on the trot this season. He hasn't
Yeah.
put like his one foot wrong. He saved like from a point blank range of a shot from Rakitic, and then that bullet shot from Papu Gomez. Uh, Great game, and it's really a delight to watch. Our star coming back like this. Then other substitutes, like first one was Eric Garcia, as we discussed. Other four substitutes were Ferran, Frenkie, Alba, and Ansu. An average game from Alba, but actually, Aniket, he needs to pick his confidence back and form back, because he is gonna experience like more competition, because like Xavi has sort of built a competitive team, so every position he has like multiple players. But I think it's the only this left back position where there is like three players fighting for one spot. So Balde, who is like flying on his form, flying with
Yeah.
his form right now, and then there is the new addition that you mentioned, or I think I mentioned, Marcos Alonso from Chelsea, and he's a good player as well. So he's gonna
Yeah.
he needs to do something good as soon as possible. And again, I think I kept this point for myself, because I think the only person amongst the two of us who deserves to talk about Ferran Torres is me. Why? Because I don't know.
Once
I
again,
don't care. Yeah. Once again, he had a terrible game. A terrible game. And he needs to pick his form up more than Jordi Alba, because uh, we have sold Aubameyang, mind you. We have Memphis, who might or might not click, but he came for a free, Memphis, mind you. So it doesn't matter how he plays. I mean, okay, of course, we would like to play him. We would expect him to play good, but Ansu Fati is injury prone, so we hope that he never gets injured again in his life. But he is injury prone. Raphinha and Dembele are like on the wing, on the wing side. So we need to have Ferran, coming in as like a substitute or playing as a
yeah.
backup, in Copa del Rey, or like home game against probably, I don't know, Almeria, or
No, or even
these kind of teams. We
even
need
after
Ferran
60,
Torres.
70 minutes, he could just
Yeah,
come in and he could just make the game work. Like, it's not a big problem for anyone to
yeah,
just come
like
at 70th minute.
he had like couple of shots which were like completely in. I don't know. There was no conviction in the ball, in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, in those shots. You
Yeah.
remember Aniket,
It was the same
Those,
place outside the box. It was same
yeah,
place, same
yeah,
man, same kind
same,
of
yeah,
shot,
yeah, yeah.
and outside the
Same
outside,
outcome,
yeah, same
zero
outcome,
zero. Yes, no
way
goal.
way far away from the goal. I don't know what's going on with Ferran Torres,
Yeah.
but he needs to click.
Aniket, you remember those games we used to play on FIFA, in which sometimes the team is playing good, and we realized, okay, in first half we haven't had one shot, and we used to be like completely shocked. Oh my God, we haven't had one shot. So just to cheer our minds, cheer our hearts, what we used to do is we used to take shots like randomly from any center midfielder or like left back, right back, just to register those shots on
Number of
target.
shots,
This
number
is
of
what
shots.
this is what Ferran Torres is doing, and it's very sad. It's very sad because uh, I don't know. He's an expensive signing, 55 million euros. In the time of this financial crisis, 55 million euros is a lot, and
Yeah.
he needs to pay back the, let's say, the trust that board and Xavi has put in him.
Well,
But
Xavi still
anyway,
trusts him, mind you. Xavi still has trust in him. He brings him in every game, 70, 75th minute, he's on the pitch. So that means Xavi trusts him. It's just that he's not clicking at the time being, but he needs to start to take up his pace and more focus on the game, whatever it takes. But he should score goals. He should not be goalless this season again.
yeah, I mean, Xavi hasn't had, let's say, even substituted Lewandowski with Memphis. So Memphis
Yeah,
hasn't played. Then
yeah.
I think players like Pjanic, who hasn't played. So there are many players who haven't played. But Ferran comes in literally every single game as a
Mm-hmm.
substitute, or like he has started one game which was like completely outrageous from my perspective. But
Yeah.
anywho, moving from Ferran, Frankie had a good game, but
Mhm.
man, Gavi's masterclass is too much, just to bench him. It's not possible. And,
Yeah.
Aniket, we mentioned in the last episode of this podcast that Gavi isn't playing well. He's making some mistakes. He's making, he has a knack of picking yellow cards for fun. And especially when it comes to like a big match, especially against like teams like Sevilla,
Sevilla.
it's not a
Yeah.
good idea to start Gavi. Okay, we will eat shoes. We deserve to eat shoes. We will eat shoes. But the way
Yep.
Gavi has played is amazing. And Frankie De Jong, I don't think there is a chance for him. If Gavi keeps playing like this. Uh, Ansu just played like 15 minutes. Good, good 15 minutes from him, and I think it's quite good from Xavi that he's constantly giving him some minutes, so he keeps that confidence, and he is
Mhm.
slowly getting back to best of his fitness. So yeah, nothing more to add on this.
So Barca is unbeaten. Barca is on the second position, 2 points away behind the defending champions Real Madrid. And man, this La Liga race is on. It's going to be epic this season.
Yeah.
Let's see how it pans down.
Yeah, I remember I think I was listening to someone's Twitter spaces. I don't know how it's called, spaces or space, and the person who was hosting it, he said like, yeah, I think Real Madrid has a good squad to finish second in La Liga, and I burst out laughing because yes, this I mean, Barcelona, if they start playing like this, or if they keep playing like this, because they've already started playing like this, they
Yeah.
are going to have a ball.
Oh
And
yes.
as long as Benzema and Vinicius Junior are there in Real Madrid, and they're playing this La Liga race is gonna be epic, and the Pichichi race between Lewandowski and Benzema
Benzema.
is going to be epic as well.
That is
So
true.
we need to have, yeah. But Aniket, let's move on to the next episode of next segment of this episode. Pardon, which is TAB Man of the Match, and hands down, Aniket, this time it's Gavi. Wow, what a game! What a master class! I mean, I think I could know, or if I wish I had known more adjectives like masterclass just to describe what kind of game that was from Gavi. You know,
Yes, it
just
was
to
magical.
add, yeah, just to add a bit on his stats. So he had like 61 touches. He had like 44 passes, which out of them 90% were successful. So like 40 passes, one key pass, two successful long balls, one successful dribble, eight duels won, one clearance, two interceptions, one tackle. A perfect Barcelona midfielder. Nothing much, nothing more, nothing less. Yeah.
Well,
Then, yeah, sorry, go on.
no, I don't know if it is a rumor or if it is a solid news or something like that, but I have heard that number 6 has been kept reserved at Barcelona. So
Yeah, it's quite
maybe,
clear that he is gonna get the number 6, but they are
yeah,
just waiting for him to, they're just waiting for
move
him to
from
like
Barca
renew
B.
his.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think he's still not registered with Barcelona like first team,
yeah,
because back
he's
then
still
he,
registered with Barca B.
yeah, because I think he couldn't be registered when he was less than 18 or something due to the new La Liga rules. So
Hmm.
he just turned 18 like few weeks ago, and then his contract is quite ready. So I think they're gonna he's gonna sign it this month, because
Yeah,
of course last month in the transfer window the board was quite busy in sorting out all the incomings and outgoings, and I think this month it should be clear. And because now he has started the season with his jersey, he cannot change it right now. But I think in December and in January,
yeah,
that small transfer window, they will switch to number 6, or he will switch to number 6. I beg your pardon.
deserving
But
so.
just, yeah, and yeah,
Deserving number
completely. I
6.
mean, there is
No
there is
doubt
no
about it.
number 6. Yeah,
No
yeah, there
doubt
is no
about it.
else
Yeah, no
who's
one
gonna
else.
take that number for him.
Yeah,
The perfect number 8, Pedri, and the perfect number 6, Gavi. You
yeah.
know, yeah, it's the
Magical
way
duo
the way it is right now. Yeah,
and the magical football they play.
yeah. And just to add a bit on, his achievement, so he started his 40th game for Barcelona in all competitions at 18 years and 29 days. Aniket, he became the youngest player in the club's history to reach that milestone. Brilliant, brilliant when this club has had young players like young magicians like Messi, Pedri and Ansu. In spite of this, Gavi has his own milestone. Incredible.
Incredible match,
No, no,
incredible
yeah,
game for Gavi. Nothing more to add.
yeah. And even Xavi, when he was asked about Gavi in the post-match presentation, he said, and I quote, "Gavi does not surprise me. I follow him every day in training, and I don't want to be unfair with the rest, but maybe he was the best player in the match. Not maybe Xavi, he was the
He
best player in the
was.
match."
He
Yeah.
was, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on to the last segment of this episode, which is TFB ratings. Aniket, please give us your ratings so that we can judge you and your ratings.
So the ratings for this game are a little bit difficult to be honest because no one is getting
Everyone
less
played
than
well.
6. Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone played
everyone
well.
played well.
No one is getting any point less than 7 for sure because even the defenders clicked. The midfield, it was perfect. And the strikers, man, they created almost n number of chances for us. So here are the ratings. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you feel I'm wrong. Dembele gets a 7. Lewandowski gets a perfect score of 9. Raphinha 8.5 for his crosses all over the pitch. His crosses were flowing. Pedri gets 8. Busquets 7.5. Gavi gets a 9.5 this time. Amazing game, as you just mentioned his stats, his praise from Xavi, and we also have praised him throughout the whole podcast. 9.5. Koundé gets a score of 9. Very good game for Koundé. Araujo
Two
7.
assists, yeah. Two assists for
Yes,
Koundé. So,
2
yeah.
assists, and his positioning, to be honest. I was more amazed by his positioning and his sense of uh, his attacking sense, his sense when to pass the ball and to whom. So he gets a 9. Araujo 7. Araujo was rock solid in the defense line. Could not create much chances on the ball when he was there. 7. Eric Garcia 9. Couple of good saves by Eric Garcia in this game, huh? Like one of the one I could remember, it was one-on-one on the I can't remember the name. I'm sorry about that. But it was Eric Garcia who defended it well. Second one, he had a deflection and Ter Stegen saved it. So two important, crucial saves for Eric Garcia. That's why a score of 9 for him.
And then a goal, mind you.
Exactly,
Don't
and
forget,
then a goal.
yeah. A simple tap in, but a goal is a goal.
Yeah, it adds to the statistics. So yes, a 9 for Eric Garcia. Balde, good game for him. Nothing to add on the attacking side. Defensively, he was proper. He was there. Balde gets a score of 7 and Ter Stegen 7.5. So that would be the rating for today's game. I mean, yesterday's game.
Yeah. So thank you, Aniket, for the ratings. I actually agree with all of them. And again, now we are trying to, let's say, avoid the segment of TFB lineup. So because as we mentioned in the last episode, it's really, really hard to predict a lineup, and especially when you have such like an amazing array of backup. So we don't know who will play. But what's interesting is now the next game is again Victoria Pilsen in Czech Republic. I don't know if it's in Czech Republic or Barca are hosting Victoria Pilsen. Let me just check it out. But I think it's in Czech Republic.
So meanwhile, Shubham is checking. I just want to give you guys a little bit of what is going on with us. So we are trying to plan out one whole podcast just for you guys regarding the transfer window, which just ended on 31st of August. So what we would be doing is that we would be jotting down all the players which we have, which we offloaded this season, which we onboarded this season. What would be the lineups? How could Xavi's lineup look like? What formations could he use? And each and every details of the lineups and players. So let's see how it goes. And for sure, we will put that episode on YouTube and on podcast as well. So just be in touch. Just keep in touch. Like, share, comment, subscribe, so that you get the notification whenever we put the podcast.
Yeah. So thank you, Aniket, for that. Coming in and explaining everything. We ought to make that episode. And just to come to the point that I was mentioning, Barcelona are going to host Victoria Pilsen on 7th of September. So just a couple of days to go for the next game, and it's gonna be an amazing game as we don't know much about Victoria Pilsen. But just to talk about this, we are gonna welcome our friend from Brno, who is living in Czech Republic. He's an old friend of mine, and he's a big football fan. He covers mostly the football in Czech Republic, and especially he is a fan of all the players who are playing in the Premier League and stuff. He has an amazing sense of understanding of how the Czech football has evolved, and he's going to answer to all the questions regarding Victoria Pilsen, how they are playing, and how they have played in the past, and the marquee players, and what is the feeling in Czech Republic. So we are hoping to bring that part of the episode very soon to you, and I hope that first game against the UCL is quite important, Aniket, because we know that the games against of course it's an opening game, but we know that the games against Bayern Munich and let's say Inter Milan will be hard. So we cannot make even a single mistake against Victoria Pilsen. We need to pick those 6 points directly. There is no negotiation, or okay, we take like 4 points, 3 points. No, we need those 6 points right away, and we start our UCL campaign on this Wednesday, and let's hope that everything will be as solid as the La Liga has been until now.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a good game, I believe, because what I have heard about Victoria Pilsen is the same team as of Barcelona. Well, of course, They are technically strong and the team is good. So quite looking forward for that game. Let's see how it pans out. And opening Champions League game. So quite excited about it as well.
And I heard that, I mean, there are reports, so I don't know how trustworthy they are, but I heard that Xavi is thinking to bench Dembele, Gavi, Araujo, and Eric Garcia for the next game. So I think Frankie de Jong will have a good chance of starting, and Dembele is sitting down. You understand what that means, Aniket?
Yeah, you tell me. I want to hear from you. Like,
Yeah, Ferran Torres is gonna start, and that's gonna be terrible. I don't,
let's
or
see. What
maybe
about an idea like,
Ansu's.
yeah, Ansu starts, and for the first half, Ansu plays, then Dembele comes on, and maybe on the other side, Ferran Torres comes on. I don't know.
I don't know,
Let's
but
see.
I think Busquets. Okay, we are again going in that prediction mindset, but yeah, I think in general, Frankie De Jong will surely play if Gavi is sitting out, because he has had a good game and he can contribute
Yep.
here and there.
Yep.
And I think it could be a good opportunity for Christensen to come back to the lineup because Eric Garcia will be sitting down.
Yeah.
So let's see. And as Aniket was mentioning, we are available on in podcast medium and on video medium. So if you want to listen to us, you can check our podcast and episodes on Amazon Music, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. I don't know if I missed anything, Aniket. And then, no, I think I covered Anchor.
Almost covered.
And
Almost covered.
yeah. And if you want to check, if you want to look at our terrible and ugly faces, come check us out on YouTube, where we are there. And please like our content, subscribe, comment. Just abuse us if you don't agree with us, or if you agree with us, tell us in what sense or in what aspects you agree with us, and you can also tell us what kind of segments you would like us to add, or what kind of segments you are not enjoying. So let us know. We will surely modify and we'll look into them. So Aniket, thank you so much for talking to me for this Sunday. Again, I think we are gonna have like a lots of upcoming games. So stay tuned for so many content to come.
Yeah, for sure. Just one more request: like, share, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions, please let us know in the comments. Press the like button, press the share button, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Forza Barca.
So Forza Barca, Aniket, bye-bye.
Bye.
Barca, Barca, Barca.